I denounce anti-Semitism in all its forms. And I stand with my friends in the Jewish community. And that, Kanye, is how you buy yourself some time.
I'm glad you're here. Everybody wants to know, why'd you walk away from $50 million?
I wasn't walking away from the money. I was walking away from the circumstances with the newfound plateau.
Yeah.
They offered him $50 million to shut up, but Dave Chappelle chose to become Hollywood's living nightmare instead.
Heard the stories, seen these kinds of things play out in front of me. I mean, you see it before. Look, Mariah Carey made a $100 million deal, and 3 months later, she's all of a sudden mysteriously crazy. Or Martin Lawrence punches through and he's waving a gun on the street screaming, "They're trying to kill me."
Yeah.
From exposing R. Kelly for sending hitmen after his jokes.
This guy, R. Kelly, got another sex tape out now. Can you believe that shit? This guy makes more sex tapes than he does music. He's like the DJ Khaled of sex tapes. Another one. Like, damn.
To juicing out O.J. Simpson till not a single drop is left.
Standing beside him, well, I don't know the nice way to say this, his soon-to-be slain wife. Ladies and gentlemen, man the fuck up or you're not gonna make it through the end of this show.
Here's Dave Chappelle dismantling the entire celebrity cult one at a time.
You know what I mean? Somebody come up to me like, Dave, Chris Brown just beat up Rihanna. I'll be like, well, what did she do? Dave, Michael Jackson was molesting children. Well, what were those kids wearing at the time?
Long before the feds knocked, Dave was the only one telling the truth in plain sight. He roasted R. Kelly when the world was still dancing to his music.
Okay, R. Kelly is different. I'm pretty sure he did that shit.
And ripping into his kinks decades ago.
R. Kelly pissed on his victim.
Bruh.
I know, it was rough. But I mean, again, I can't even judge R. Kelly. First of all, we don't know if these allegations are true, and not even if they are true. If you want to know how I feel about it honestly, if a man cannot pee on his fans, I don't want to be in show business anymore because, well, that's why I got in the game, baby. I got dreams too.
This is Dave referring to the disgusting incident, but I wanted to repeat it just to bring up this killer sketch.
Then you believe he urinated on a 15-year-old girl.
Whoa, hold on, lady. I didn't say all that. You know, with these tapes, they can do a lot of things. For all I know, that piss was digital. They can get crazy with special effects. Look, check this out. I didn't even just do that. Did I do that? That piss was digital. They do crazy stuff with special effects.
What more would it take for you to believe he's guilty?
All right. If I saw a tape of R. Kelly peeing on a girl while he was singing piss on her, and the girl was holding 2 forms of government ID while a police officer was there, like 4 or 5 of my buddies and Neil taking notes.
Wow.
I'm not finished. And his grandmother has to be there to confirm his identity.
That's why Robert always peeing on people. Don't forget a hair, Robert. Yes, grandmother.
And here's the spicy part. Kelly actually sent goons threatening him for this. But why, Robert? Dave's willing to do anything for you.
Give me that kind of money, R. Kelly could fart in my dinner tonight. Pray for it.
In fact,
But you gotta let R. Kelly pee on you. I'm not hesitating. Bring in R. Kelly and tell him to stay away from my ass. I'd rather get pissed on the outside than but on the inside, son.
the man used humor to expose the culture that protected them. That's the Chappelle difference. Even the edgy political hosts get humbled when they step into Dave's world.
You know, and Bill Maher, the famous comedian, I've known Bill since I was like 18, 19 years old, and I've never said this publicly, but guy. I'm so tired of this little smug cracker-ass commentary. I mean, look, bro, Israel's killed 240 journalists in the last 3 months, so I didn't know y'all was still counting.
He reminded everyone that woke or anti-woke, the elites are all on the same team. and Mr. Dave Chappelle always bats against them. And speaking of the team no one wants to admit they're on, after the Me Too allegations, how could Dave not take a dig at the man in the middle of it all?
It's really some scary shit. I gotta tell you, Harvey Weinstein's probably the first person that I ever looked at a photograph of and was like, yeah, he rapes. I'm not sure this has a choice. Not a handsome man. Not a lot of meat and extra skin on his face.
No wonder his casting calls look like this.
This could happen to any of us. It could happen to me. I can see that. I see myself showing up. Hi, I'm here for my 3 a.m. with Mr. Weinstein. Hey, Harvey, I got your text. I'm here to talk about the script. Seems like it's gonna be hard to read in candlelight, but I guess I could try. Could you imagine if he was in a business meeting and a mother pulled their in the middle of the meeting? I'd be like, yo, my man, this is the most unprofessional shit I've ever seen in all my days. Just let me finish, Dave Chappelle. I'll put you in all 3 Lord of the Rings.
He's all but spoiled the secret out of ruling over Hollywood. But his most dangerous material? Kanye West. While the world canceled Ye, Dave held up a mirror to the industry that created him. After all, there's a bigger God to worship here.
Denounce anti-Semitism in all its forms. And I stand with my friends in the Jewish community. And that, Kanye, is how you buy yourself some time.
But Dave made sure Ye remembered the time he bragged about his untouchable status.
I can say anti-Semitic things, and Adidas can't drop me. Now what? Adidas dropped it immediately. Ironically, Adidas was founded by Nazis. And they were offended.
Fun fact, SNL actually deleted this monologue of his. Coincidence? You be the judge. Meanwhile, this comic is already moving on to every polarizing thing he can find. That just happens to be Ye's former father, mother-in-law. Even when he got major flack from the trans community, the man refused to bow down.
True joke. I mean, it's not true, but I had read in the paper that Caitlyn Jenner was contemplating posing nude in an upcoming issue of Sports Illustrated. And I know it's not politically correct to say these things, so I just figured, it, I'll say it for everybody else. Yuck. I know a dreamer when I see one, and I've met many powerful dreamers in my life. None more powerful than a man who calls himself Lil Nas X. I met this at a party. I had no idea who he was. But the minute he walked in that party, I knew I was in his dream. Everybody in the party was another dreamer. Everyone was famous, but when that walked in, he was dressed like C-3PO. He was shining. You know what video. And walked away. And I watched him walk away. I said, man, this was having a very powerful dream. You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of when we was in grade school. Remember in grade school, the teacher would ask everybody what they want to be? Timmy, what do you want to be when you grow up? And Timmy acted like he had an idea. He'd stand up, he'd say, I want to be a fireman.
No offense, Nas, even if it was clearly taken out on Twitter. Boy, you had a viral chance to respond like a legend, but just like Prince did later. But Dave ultimately had the last laugh.
What do you want to be when you grow up? Lil Nas X. And that nigga stood up in front of the whole class. I want to be the gayest nigga that ever lived. I want to do a music video and slide down a stripper pole all the way to the depths of hell and suck the devil's dick at 10 o'clock on BET while all the kids are awake and can see me.
Shockingly, that was the only dream that worked out.
You know what? Nas still got it easy because Chappelle absolutely cooked this next black gay kid on the block.
Just afraid of being attacked. Happens to the best. Don't ever forget what happened to that French actor. You know what I'm talking about? Jussie Smollett. He's a very famous French actor. One night, he was in Chicago late at night and was the victim he was the victim of a racist and homophobic attack. You see, Jussie Smollett is gay and he is black, not just French.
For those of you living under a rock, this French actor is infamous for being a great storyteller, and the entire black community immediately clocked him.
The whole country was up in arms. It was talking about it all the time on the news, and for some reason, African Americans, we were like oddly quiet. We were so quiet about this shit that the gay community started accusing African American community of being homophobic for not supporting him. What they didn't understand is that we were supporting him with our silence.
Oh, okay. Lying is an understatement. No worries. Leave it up to Dave to conduct the full investigation live on his show.
Black people never feel sorry for the police, but this time we even felt sorry for the police. Can you imagine if you was a police veteran taking this kid's police report? Okay, Mr. Smollett, please tell me what happened. All right, 2 a.m. You left the house at 2 a.m. It's minus 16 degrees. Okay. You were walking. All right. Did you see them? Do you have any? Okay, what they have on? MAGA hats. MAGA hats on in Chicago. Excuse me one second, Mr. Smollett. Frank, come here for a second. Find out where Kanye West was last night.
Back in 2004, Dave didn't hold back on Kobe Bryant's legal troubles either.
And to be honest, this is the worst time in history to be a black celebrity. They locking all our stars up. It's hot right now for black celebrities. I knew it was bad when Kobe got in trouble. I said, this is a wrap for us. He's one of the most wholesome dudes we had. Lock him up, everything. And Kobe kept it together. Thank God he held his game together, because if he was cracking under pressure and getting like 6 points a game, the whole LA would have been like, that nigga's guilty.
While the media was tiptoeing around the Colorado case, Dave went straight for the jugular, proving that no jersey, no matter how many rings it has, is a bulletproof vest against his roasts. And who could forget the time Dave brought the world's richest man on stage just to watch him get eaten alive by the crowd?
Make some noise for the richest man in the world. Cheers and boos, I see.
They almost booed him for 10 minutes straight, even booing him off the stage. Okay, not Dave's fault, but he's been responsible for a dig at all that zillion-dollar ego as well.
Unaffected, I teased him about being the richest man in the world. He took it with good humor. And what's funny is I had hung out with him years ago, after I quit Chappelle's show. When I was on that tour that I was telling you about, that was a tough one. We hung out on a tour bus, and he says to me that night when we was all together here in Austin, he goes, I met you before. I'm like, I have no recollection. And he looked kind of hurt.
Elon, this comic may be your friend, but that just means you're in the blast zone when the inevitable truth bombs launch. And boy, can those truth bombs turn nuclear. You know, Dave's been hinting at the Diddy situation for years. Before anyone else, mind you.
It's just no fun being famous anymore. You know what it feels like being famous? And scary is the right word. It feels like I'm storming the beach of Normandy, World War II. but I gotta keep a happy expression on my face all the time. So imagine all the danger storming the beach, but I still look like this. The bullets are whizzing by and stuff is exploding. I'm just like, and then every once in a while something terrible happens. Bow! And I'm like, oh no! Puffy got hit. And Puffy be like, oh, keep going, Playboy. I kicked the bitch in the face and forgot about it. This guy, Puffy, buddy, this guy is in an enormous amount of trouble. I've never...
It's exactly why Dave got put on a red list. Not the Diddy list, thank God.
You know anything about those freak-off parties? And I'd be like, nah, man. I don't know anything about freak-off. And they all look at me like... Imagine if you were me reading the newspaper and found out everyone in Hollywood had an orgy behind your back. Like, none of y'all called me. Well, it really hurts. I'm glad they didn't call me though, because the stories that come out about it are crazy. I saw one thing on the internet, so I'm not sure this is true. I have snitch energy. Oh, I look like I'll tell.
And of course, Dave isn't letting anyone forget about the bizarre discovery at Casa P. Diddy.
Puff is 55. He doesn't look old, but this nigga's paying half price to movies. One senior Playboy. Ain't nothing wrong getting older, but if you 55 and you got 1,000 bottles of baby oil in the house, clearly, can't stop, won't stop. And having baby oil is not illegal. They don't remind you about that part. That's the least harmful thing I read in that doc. He just used the wrong lube, I think. If he used Crisco, he would have got away with it. The guy they caught him before those fires because there'd been a goddamn mushroom cloud over his house. 1,000 bottles of baby oil in there.
But we cannot not talk about the GOAT who can actually take the heat. Dave and Eddie Murphy ripped a new one into the purple one on Chappelle's show.
I think it was in '85, like when all that androgynous was going on, and what was wild was that the guy who looked the most like a was getting all the women. He had on it was like a Zorro type outfit. It had the ruffles that come down the front. He had the big perms fluffed down and all that. And mustache and everything that was drawn on his face. And Prince was incredible. I mean, it wasn't even like it was close. It was a landslide victory.
Trust me, you'll never guess how Prince responded to this.
One of the impressions you did on Chappelle's show that always made everyone laugh, made me laugh, is Prince. But even cooler than that, it made Prince laugh, and he liked it so much that his last release, you were the cover of his single. This is real. Pancakes?
Well, no, it's like, you make fun of Prince in a sketch and he'll just use you in his album.
He uses your own joke against yourself.
That's exactly. What am I gonna do? Sue him for using a picture of me dressed up like him? It's impossible. That's
genius.
That's checkmate right there.
That's checkmate.
And that's how you take a roast. Is Dave the last honest man in Hollywood, or is he just the loudest? As long as there are secrets, Dave Chappelle will be there with a flamethrower and a smile. Drop a comment below. Who did Dave cook the hardest?